All of a sudden you hear a noise, and initially I looked over where the noise was coming from, and I saw a tractor sitting there and kind of right past the third baseline. And I thought it was maybe the backfire of a tractor. And then all of a sudden you heard another shot, and then you knew what was going on. And not long after that, I was hit.
In the next moment, he was down on the baseball field with a major injury to his hip, the severity of which wasn't clear early on.
By the time I got on the helicopter, I was starting to feel fatigue set in. It had been a few minutes, it had been a little while, and I was getting prepared to go to the hospital, but it's taken a little longer than I would have liked for the helicopter to take off, and I could just feel myself fading.
Scalise was unconscious for the next 3 days and dropped 50 pounds while in the hospital. When he was finally able to speak to his doctor, he realized just how bad his injury was.
He said, especially that first day, there were a few times where it could have gone the other way, and that's when I really realized how close I was.
But visitors immediately poured in. His local priest from St. Catherine of Siena in Metairie, fellow Congressman Cedric Richmond, House Speaker Paul Ryan, President Trump, and First Lady Melania. Prayers and support were constant and got Scalise and his family through those early days.
I'm a man of faith. I have a strong belief in God, but you never see that directly, just how powerful prayer is. When you have friends that are praying for you, you have the president that's praying for you, you have world leaders that are praying for you, and then you have complete strangers that are praying for you. It touched us in ways that I don't think we really comprehended how important and powerful that was, but it gave me incredible strength.
Scalise also drew strength from his security detail, David Bailey and Crystal Griner, who saved his life and those of countless others, and were shot themselves during the gun battle.
They've always been almost like part of our family, because they go to all the same events that I go to, and whether it's going to a work meeting at the Capitol or here in Metairie, or going to a Thanksgiving dinner with family. They're always part of what we do, and so we really appreciate them being around and understand their job. But you never think it's going to have to come to something like this where they have to directly engage.
Once it was clear Scalise would survive and his health continued to improve, intense rehab began, a frustrating process as he learns to walk again.
I'm a fighter by nature. This sure puts you to the test.
But in dramatic fashion, Scalise surprised his colleagues and returned to the House floor last Thursday. A standing ovation and hugs and more ovations as Scalise, with the help of crutches, made his way to the microphone, grateful for another chance to stand in front of his colleagues and America.
It just was an unbelievable experience. You're looking at everybody standing up and they're smiling, and I'm looking at faces I hadn't seen in months, and it was an incredibly special moment, one of the more memorable moments of my life.
And it's that life he treasures. Not many people stare death in the face, and Scalise says his brush with it has reaffirmed his faith.
I got to see how powerful that prayer is, and frankly, that God performs real miracles. There were a lot of things that happened on that ball field that day that in a normal situation might have never happened, and the outcome could have been a lot different. But I really do think God placed a lot of things there to allow me and others to still be alive today.
Scott Walker, WDSU News.